We going back to back. We going back to back. I don't want to hear from y'all ever again. He said we going back to back. He came through and he said no more diversity, equity, and inclusion. We don't want no more Kamala Harrises at our colleges. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Let's rock.
Tuition costs at colleges and universities have been exploding, and I mean absolutely exploding, while academics have been obsessed with indoctrinating America's youth. The time has come to reclaim our once great educational institutions from the radical left, and we will do that. Our secret weapon will be the college accreditation system. It's called accreditation for a reason. The accreditors are supposed to ensure that schools are not ripping off students and taxpayers, but they have failed totally. When I return to the White House, I will fire the radical left accreditors that have allowed our colleges to become dominated by Marxist maniacs and lunatics.
When we start to really look at how we came to be and the changes, whether it be in our education system, our cultural norms, what we identify as a man, as a woman, our spiritual preferences, and whether or not the government can participate in what happens in our church and our pulpits, the very people that is on our pulpits determining how their congregation is supposed to vote, who they let inside of their choir, and whether or not they're going to take your tithes and offerings and buy themselves a new Bentley. When we start to look at our cultural norms, y'all, you have to remember that we are governed by the Constitution, which makes us a republic. In addition to that, and that's the foundation of who we are as America, as dirty as our history is, as much as we fought, clawed, had slavery, displacement from people that was originally here as far as the Indians and all of this other type of stuff, as dark as our history is, and this entire world is dark, there is not a country on the face of this earth that does not have a dark past. Some darker than others, depending on what it is that you want to identify as dark itself. But the fact of the matter is this: at some point, we have to evolve to become a better version of ourselves. And what has happened in this country is the foundation of it was governed by the church. And the church was the ones that we then established law behind. For example, you can't kill somebody or else you're going to jail. You can't steal from people. We even had a law at some point to where you wasn't even supposed to be able to fornicate. In some states, that's still on the books. But the fact of the matter is, the foundation of what you establish to be right and wrong has to be based off of something. It can't be based off of how you feel. It can't be based off of what you feel like you are that day. You can't sit there and tell me that you're a woman when you're a man, when you was born biologically a man, and you still got that thing swinging in between your legs because you still got man strength. And I don't want to fight you because then you're going to be saying I got beat up by a girl if I lose. But the fact of the matter is this: at some point, we decided to play God. At some point, we decided to play God. Have y'all ever seen that movie? It was called, I believe it's called Bruce Almighty. It was called Bruce Almighty. And I know that it may be some people in here that may not be believers, and that's cool. But you believe in something because you wouldn't even be here if you didn't. You believe in something. You believe in a higher power or something that came before you that ultimately put you in the place that you are today. Something in its foundation eventually evolved to where you're here right now. Right? And so if we believe in something, and if you've ever watched, for example, that movie Bruce Almighty, at some point we became so arrogant because we felt like we could do it better than what came before us to establish the foundation and all of the fighting and the things that they've gone through to establish what we've now known as the greatest nation on the face of this earth in the United States of America. And so when we said we want to make America great again, we had to go back to the thing that made us great, back to the thing that we know is good, back to the thing that made us prosperous, back to strong family values, back to making sure that we educate ourselves and we don't turn into indoctrination camps, because that's exactly what our colleges have turned into. It has turned into a mind F. Your kid leave, go to college, they come back the next semester, next thing you know, they sassy, ashy, and dusty. Not classy. You send your kid off, They gonna come back with diseases. They gonna come back completely telling you that they ain't no girl or no boy no more. They might have been for the streets all of a sudden. They didn't go to class, don't even got good grades, and they want to be a part of the marching band and go to homecoming. And they pledged to an organization that is not of God. And all of these cultural norms are established over a period of time. And what Trump is basically talking about right now is the ones that establish what is now to be an accreditation, meaning that it gives your organization or the university that you attend validation in the eyes of other people that then say you are qualified to teach my child and what you say is correct. So he said that we're going to establish new cultural norms by changing who is validating and what is accredited at our universities and what can and can't be taught to our children, because these should not be indoctrination camps. These should be places of higher learning. These should not be indoctrination camps. These should be places of higher learning. You should not be sending your child out there to be culturally infected and then coming back to think something is different than what it is, and they got a whole bunch of student debt in order to do so. Now they begging the federal government for student loan forgiveness for something that they signed up for because we didn't do our job as parents, and then culturally we let this country get so far out of control that now we are in a place of demonic spirits that are then infecting what it is that we're doing on every single level. We went from, okay, y'all can get married, to now your children is having a sex change. We went to, yeah, okay, you know what? I don't really care. Do what you want to do, to now you're required to hire him because he identifies as sassy. It's wrong. It's wrong on the highest level. But Trump is dealing with this accreditation now.
The college accreditation system. It's called accreditation for a reason. The accreditors are supposed to ensure that schools are...
Yo, keep a long leash inside of the comments just because somebody may disagree with y'all or disagree with me. Don't necessarily means that we censor people. We don't censor people here. We want people of different opinions. If you liberal, if you disagree with me 100%, as long as nobody is overly disrespectful and trying to endanger somebody's safety, let them rock.
Not ripping off students and taxpayers, but they have failed totally. When I return to the White House, I will fire the radical left accreditors that have allowed our colleges to become dominated by Marxist maniacs and lunatics. We will then accept applications for new accreditors.
Hey, Ma, I'm on a live stream. What's going on?
Oh. Hey, what's up? You called me.
I wanted to get your thoughts about the election. What did you think about that?
Very, very, very disappointed. Saddened. Disappointed.
What are you disappointed about?
That Trump was elected and that who I voted for, Kamala, was not. So, yeah, that was disappointing. Very disappointing.
It was very disappointing?
Mm-hmm. Very disappointing.
What is it that you wanted her to do?
I didn't want to see a convicted criminal, rapist.
What did you want her to do, Ma? What did you want her to do?
I wanted her to get elected.
No, I'm saying, and then do what for the country?
Whatever happens, anything and anybody. You know, to be honest, I'm gonna throw this here. I wasn't necessarily a fan of Kamala. That would not have been, if there was somebody else, they probably would have been getting my vote. But because I wasn't all that impressed with her when she was vice president, or being vice president, she still is. But she was the best of two evils.
How? What makes you say that?
Because she's never really, I haven't seen anything that she's done or accomplished or to brag on, but So I am going to vote. I'm definitely going to vote always because we earned that right after so many years of fighting for it. So yes, I pushed voting hard. So because I was going to vote, I did my due diligence so I wouldn't have anything to complain about, saying, the typical complaining once you don't cast a vote and then you wishing you could have, would have, or whatever. But so she wasn't like somebody that was somebody that I could be proud that I voted for. But at the same time, she was the best of two evils, like I said. So
I'm gonna convert you one day. Don't worry about it. I get you there.
Never that, sir. Never
Never
that.
Wait. Hold on. You can't say never. That's not right. That's not right.
No.
That's not right. You have to be open.
Why?
Because you have to be open-minded. That's not right.
I'm very open-minded.
No, you just said never, mind. You can't say never. You always have to be open.
I'll say never to this. If there ever comes a time again, I won't ever vote for Trump. Trump is the devil himself. He's a walking demon. And for
I think he was
what needs to happen.
I think he's got.
What needs to happen is that you need to have an open mind. I'm gonna convert you one day. That's what needs to happen. Poor Anton. I love you forever and always. But he is a demon from hell. He is the Antichrist. He is everything that.
Antichrist?
Absolutely.
What makes him?
Absolutely.
What makes him the Antichrist?
What makes him not the Antichrist? How can you even? I don't understand. It's almost like these people. Y'all are blind. Y'all have been blinded by the Antichrist. You actually voted for that fool, and it's amazing.
What does he do? What did he do that's evil? What did he do?
You mean what has he done?
Yeah, what has he done that's evil?
Tell me one thing he's done that was right. That wasn't evil.
He just said that we need to ban gender affirmation, and we're getting back to making sure that children cannot transition and parents can't allow their children to transition from a boy to a girl, and that we need to get back to traditional American values.
Okay. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that.
He said that we need to protect our borders and make sure that we don't have people coming over here illegally, and that we need to focus more on...
See, that when he did do that last time, and he, handled the illegal immigrants, how he separated all these people from their children. Children were abandoned and left alone by themselves to be trafficked and to be raped and to be molested and to be placed with strangers as opposed to being with their families. Oh, it was very true. And that's true. So I'm not going to try to convince you that it's true or not true because you already know. So, I mean, you're very, very educated.
You don't think we need to close off our borders?
Oh, yeah. I said the way he does things is evil.
Ma, do you know that there's migrants over here raping? It was a 5-year-old that just was raped by a legal migrant over in New York. That they are killing women and American citizens, that they are shooting at the police and stuff?
Okay. I just want to say this. I can't wait to say I told you so. I can't.
Tell me what.
You know how I always look forward to being able to say, it's young, they'll do stuff, and I'm like, don't do that. You gotta do it anyway.
Ma, you haven't said anything that he's done. That's
because that's a whole conversation that I can't have right now because I'm in
all right, Ma, just give me one thing.
On the move.
Give me one thing that makes him the Antichrist.
He's a criminal, and this project 2025, what he has planned going on, I know we all blinded to that too, and it's really a good thing. Everything that he stands for is evil. He's an evil demon.
Why you can't say that about people? You've never met him. He hasn't done anything that's negative towards people.
Okay.
He has not done one thing that would cause for him to be called that?
Okay, Anton. Okay. Okay. So you know me. I'm not gonna argue politics, and I'm not gonna argue religion.
No, we're not arguing. We're just chilling.
Yeah, but that's a big subject, and so I mean it is what it is. The Bible says faith without works is dead. I did the works and I did my vote, and then I prayed, and then I leave well enough alone.
That is not applicable to an election. That is not.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. You vote, you pray, and you walk away. And then whatever happens, it is what it is. I can't worry about it. So what is there? What else is there to do? What else is there? Tell me what else. What else is there to do? What's the other solution?
We gonna, as a family, remove your right to vote.
Wrong answer. You didn't tell me what else is there to do. What else can you do? You vote. You pray. You walk away.
No, you're supposed to lean to me and follow me to the
absolutely.
polls. Follow me to the polls. That's what you're supposed to do.
Man, please. If I followed you, I would be.
I make sure that you're well taken care of. What do you mean?
Yep, thank you. I appreciate that. That's so nice. Yeah. Good judgment and common sense comes into play, though, also. And your judgment is so far off. So far off. So off.
Mine is?
It's off. Heck yeah. You a hot mess.
I'm a mess?
Heck yeah. You know you are. You know you are.
All righty, mother dear. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for
talking. But I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
All right, my love. I love you too.
Are you coming to my 70th birthday?
You're my mother. Why wouldn't I come? No, wait. Where you going? Where you going on your 70th?
See, you don't even know.
Where you going? Well, since I declared myself a Republican, I've been cut off by the family. So,
says who? Don't nobody care about that. Ain't nobody caring about that. Are you serious? You have not.
No, they have not informed me of anything. I don't know nothing about Thanksgiving. I don't know nothing about birthdays. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Oh man, that means you're not communicating with your wife. You coming to Thanksgiving?
Well,
talk to your wife, because if you say you are, you aren't. That's gonna be on your wife.
I'll find out what's going on.
Because see, I know you're not on the group meet, but I know she is, and she's bringing food. So I know what she's bringing, and if you don't know, shame on you.
All right, I'll call you after.
All right. Okay.
All right, bye.
Love you, bye.
My family, listen. Y'all are not alone. I keep trying to tell y'all. And this is why I always like to be transparent, because y'all think that y'all alone. Anton don't get it. Anton, dog, no, we all in the same boat. My judgment is off. I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I support Trump. All of this other type of stuff. I'm telling you, my family. They be using scripture that's wrong and stuff like that. Faith without works is dead. And so I went out and voted. And so I got to put my faith in God. That is not what it means. Anyways, I'm glad that my pain is a reflection of your pain, because we are not different. My entire family outside of my wife, my entire family voted blue. When that demographic come out and it says over 80% of black people voted blue, my family too. Let me play this whole video for y'all so y'all can know what's going on with the Department of Education.
Tuition costs at colleges and universities have been exploding, and I mean absolutely exploding, while academics have been obsessed with indoctrinating America's youth. The time has come to reclaim our once great educational institutions from the radical left, and we will do that. Our secret weapon will be the college accreditation system. It's called accreditation for a reason. The accreditors are supposed to ensure that schools are not ripping off students and taxpayers, but they have failed totally. When I return to the White House, I will fire the radical left accreditors that have allowed our colleges to become dominated by Marxist maniacs and lunatics. We will then accept applications for new accreditors who will impose real standards on colleges once again and once and for all. These standards will include defending the American tradition and Western civilization, protecting free speech, eliminating wasteful administrative positions that drive up costs incredibly, removing all Marxist diversity, equity, and inclusion bureaucrats, offering
No more DEI.
options for accelerated and low-cost degrees, providing meaningful job placement and career services.
And see, when I seen people say something about this, they missed that part. He said no DEI. Let me rewind it for you.
And inclusion bureaucrats, wasteful administrative positions that drive up costs incredibly, removing all Marxist diversity, equity, and inclusion bureaucrats, offering options for accelerated and low-cost degrees.
Offering options for accelerated and low-cost degrees. This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. They listened to you. Republicans are listening to you. You want to be educated. You want to be in a position to get the jobs that you want. You want higher education. You want it accelerated. You don't want to go to school for 4 years to do so. Okay. We need to remove the bloatware from these universities and all of these administrative costs that they're using you for in order to get rich. And then we're going to make sure that they have accelerated, low-cost degrees that empowers our workforce to be positioned to take advantage of the technology and the jobs that is coming to the United States of America. What more do you want from this man? What more do you want? No more diversity, equity, and inclusion. If you want to win, then you're going to have to put the work in. And in addition to that, we're going to enable you to be able to get a low-cost degree so you don't have to keep getting long-term student loans that you then have to ask for forgiveness for, but you can run up a bag and be able to continue to run it up. What more do you want from this man? What more do you want? I don't know what else to do. He fixing the economy. He making sure that your children don't have to have student loans. He giving you a legacy. He's giving you opportunity, and he's removing your ability to start making excuses about the system. What more do you want from this man?
Providing meaningful job placement and career services, and implementing college entrance and exit exams to prove that students are actually learning and getting their money's worth. Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment.
Oh, that means that people that are basically reverse discriminated against, that means that you qualify for the position as a woman, as a man, as a black person, as a white person, as an Asian person. You get the position. You get placement based off of competitive nature. You should not be discriminated against because somebody is born with something that they can't control, and then all of a sudden they get an opportunity over you. If you have the ability to get it, if you're going to win, then you're going to win. That's how it is. It's first come, first serve. Capitalism at its finest. The best man wins. The best woman wins. You want it equal. This is what we get. You don't get preferential treatment because you're a third double minority. I'm a woman. I'm color, and you sassy. No. That don't mean that you get preferential treatment. It's about grades. It's about statistics. It's about data. And it's about who's going to perform and who's going to graduate and who's going to be the best for the job. I love this.
A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American insanity out of our institutions once and for all.
How is this man not one of the greatest patriots and Americans of all time. I don't know. I don't know what's my family. I don't know what's wrong with my family. I don't know.